Now the first thing I want to say about the Chrysler 300C SRT8 is, quite frankly, it's just flat out one of the coolest cars I've ever driven. It's big, it's luxurious, looks gangster, it's V8, sounds good, goes hard, people look at it. How could you not like a Chrysler 300C SRT8? A lot of the European, Australian and now American cars have absolutely every little detail taken care of. In fact, I can't think of something that the 300C hasn't got that I'd want. I can't even list everything it has here. Adaptive cruise control, electric seats, steering wheel warmers, seat warmers. It's even got chilled cup holders where you can heat up your coffee, navigation, awesome stereo, electronically adjustable and automatically tinting rear view mirrors and side mirrors and park assist, and it's got everything. And you know what? Some of it's a little bit cheesy and not really needed, but a lot of it I've actually really enjoyed having on the car, to be honest.
The first 300C Chrysler I bought was a 2007 model, the slightly older, squarer looking one. The old one was good. I really did like it. It was a nice cruiser, a bit of a boat. Handle-wise, not really that great, but still had the nice big Hemi in it, so had that nice sound, and was just, it was a nice car to drive around town. And it wasn't until I actually had mine in for a service and I got given one of the new 300C Chryslers for a loan car for a weekend, which I took to one of Andrew Hawkins' events, Drag Battle, and it was a support vehicle that got tested rather well. And yeah, I really, really liked it. So once I went back, I actually said, you know what, don't worry about the service, just keep it. Why don't we get one of the new ones instead?
Now, when you're talking about the Chrysler 300C, you can't compare it to sports cars and things like that when it comes to the handling and the chassis. But I'll tell you one thing, for something near on 2 tonne, when you put it in track mode, it certainly handles a lot better than you'd expect. Driving through town or driving through the hills, you can have some fun in it. Now, when you get to a racetrack, I'm sure it probably starts to show a few flaws, but come on, you didn't buy a 300C to go to the racetrack, did you? You went in it to cruise, and that is something that does very well. In fact, in normal mode, cruising on the freeway, in fact, cruising anywhere, it's actually enjoyable to drive. It's like a big lounge, just a luxurious big lounge with 500 odd horsepower with a V8 behind it nearly. So that's the best way to describe it. But hit track mode, everything sharpens up though. The steering sharpens up, the suspension sharpens up. It's got remote reservoirs in it, so it has a lot of adjustability. The throttle response sharpens up, the gear change sharpens up. When you put this thing in track, it's a muscle car, for real. No lying, no hiding, no questioning, no arguments. This is a purebred American muscle car in track mode. You hear a lot of stuff about how big V8s don't handle and they're boats, and you hear about how American cars are unreliable, but this car's been fantastic. Now, I'm not saying that it's the best handling car I've driven, because it certainly isn't. But I tell you what, for what it is, and I'm trying to review it and enjoy it for what it is, it does handle quite well. Now, one very important factor of this car is the noise. Now, you probably don't think I'm a big V8 fan, but I tell you what, the sound of a Hemi, especially compared to other V8s, it's a pretty awesome sound. So what's wrong with the 300C? Well, not much, to be honest. My wife did say that when she goes to work, that the high-rise office building car parks are probably a little bit too tight for this thing, and the problem for some people is probably fuel. On a long distance drive, we did get under 9 litres per 100 k's, but honestly, the average around town is probably about 16, 17 litres per 100 k's, with the occasional squirt thrown in for good fun. And let's face it, you didn't buy a 300C because you want to be fuel efficient, did you? In fact, your version of fuel efficiency is probably having an oil tanker follow you around everywhere. If you had asked me a couple of years ago what I thought of a 300C, I would have told you I thought it was a big giant tank and wasn't interested. But now, no other word to say, but cool. Overall though, I have thoroughly enjoyed my Chrysler 300C experience for the week. It's very nice to drive, very comfortable, luxurious, plenty of room, feels good, looks good, sounds good. If you like your V8s, you like cruising, and you've got kids that are a little bit older, yeah, perfect.
I can't honestly think of anything on the vehicle I would really want that's not already there. I definitely will be staying with the Chrysler for quite a long time. If anything after that, I probably actually wouldn't mind one of the new SRT8 Grand Cherokees.